Yeah, guys, I just made a video. I was a little bit excited, but I'm kind of pissed off. There's a lot of people out there freeloading in this world, trying to make money for doing nothing. And I don't do the rallies very much anymore because they're all controlled. And I'm not going to be supporting bullshit. That's why hang on a second. I kind of stayed away from the rallies lately. Because with over 2,500 protest videos and 8 trips to Montreal and 6 trips to Ottawa and all over Southern Ontario and then some. I mean, come on, man. And not one arrest 3 years later? Anyway, I'm in the more deeper end of the pool, so this might be a little bit above your pay grade, but the reason why I'm looking at my existence in this realm, whether it be flat, you might live on a spinning ball, who fucking cares, right? The whole thing is, they lie to us about everything, and we live in some sort of a weird, I kind of like, I'm digging this is an old book. It's been around for a long time, but holographic universe. This kind of information, it gets into this realm we live in. It's more of a computer simulation in some aspects than anything. You know, that just gets into this whole, we see less than 4% visible light. So I dig what this guy's got to say, right? And in the book, it's got all kinds of crazy, fascinating trips, but it's all got it. It's all combined in the same thing, right? But the whole thing I'm getting at is what you are as a human. Now I'm really digging Mark from Forever Conscience Research Channel, and I'm digging Dan from Overwatch Project. And I like what Wayne Bush has got to say with his trickbythelight.com. This whole thing that we're living in here is a real mind job. I mean, I've been looking at the Monroe Institute and stuff like that because I've had many out-of-body experiences in my own personal life. And in fact, when I was in a coma, that was a out-of-body experience from hell. Because I believe we're in hell. I kind of like what Howdy McCoskey's got to say, but there's some stuff about what he's doing that's kind of sketchy with me as well. I really like what Scott Sneitzer's got to say in regards to the TI stuff, right? And that gets into this whole human body electric aspect of things, right? You got to start reading up on this stuff. I mean, the whole, you can manipulate people just through, like the thoughts can be through magnetics and frequencies and stuff like that. And they've been working on this. It's one of these two books. I can't remember where it was, but anyway, this is Code Word Babylon, right? The Jacobins in the 1700s were working on magnetic mind control with the Parliament in France, and they got caught up with it. And some guy actually defected from France per se and took off to the UK and started telling the UK what was going on in France with this mind control stuff in the 1700s. And I think they actually killed the guy for disclosing that information, if it's all true. Because like I was saying in the last video, we live in a world of lies, and it's one big clusterfuck. Pardon me for swearing, but I got no other simpler terms to put it in. When you start researching, you know, things like William Bullman, right? You know, he's got some great books here, William Bullman. There's other ones too, by Newton. The whole, here's another Bullman book, right? This is about finding about yourself. Shit, I put it in my pile. And in the last video I was making comments about how all these assassinations There has never been a president that has never been controlled from the top down. They're just figureheads. I was talking about this JFK assassination bullshit. It's got to do with this, all this Laurel Canyon stuff. They're all tied in, right? World scenes, or weird scenes. I'm telling you. If you read up on the stuff, it's crazy. And nowadays, they put all kinds of iron and stuff in your cereals, like all your kids' cereals. I've seen 100 videos of people crushing up cornflakes and stuff like that, putting them in a plastic baggie, and then running a magnet over it, and they got a little ball of iron at the iron ore at the end of the game, right? And when you got that inside your body with all the frequencies and stuff out there, in dangers, man. 5G, all this radio wave technology, everybody thinks it's all good. I like my cell phone. I haven't had a cell phone now for 6 years, and I won't have anything to do with that system. Okay, there's that aspect of things. I'm not even going to go into the deep end of it. I got papers down here about mind control, TI. This is some information you can get on buying stuff to protect yourself from the goddamn garbage. And if you believe in your biblical stuff, so be it. I chose to be a Christian, but my Christian aspect is not in any of these fucking books. Okay, because these books are written by the people who are controlling our lives today. All three of them. What doesn't matter what religion you're involved with, I had nothing to do with it. I'm a spiritual Joe. That's got nothing to do with your going to church and worshipings and all this kind of bullshit. Every single religion, especially the big three, the Christianity aspect of things, the Judaism, and the Muslims, all created by the same group at the top. Okay? It's a mind job. Anyway, if you think Donald Trump's going to save you, you've got a fucking another thing coming. There's no Q-tards out there that are going to listen to me in regards to this, because every single one of these assholes is involved with a military operation. Right? It's a psyop. There is no Donald Trump going to save you. He was bought out by Wilbur Smith in 1996. Dean Clifford's got a whole page in here, a whole section on how Wilbur Smith paid. Donald Trump's the only guy who's been a billionaire twice. You know why? Because the Rothschilds, Wilbur Smith bailed him out. He works for them, right? And in regards to your own personal body and stuff, right? You know, I mean, you got to start taking care of yourself, right? And this is where I do videos about the city water, and I've never been to a doctor in the last probably 10 years. I went once to get some paperwork filled out, and that was it. I don't do no pharmaceutical medications. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs other than smoke my weed, right? And I smoke my cigarettes, which I got to give up soon anyway, because getting a little chesty here. So, but I give up smoking for 5 years before. The food's no good, the air's no good, the water's no good. And if you think being a vegan is going to be your way out of the game, you're nuts. Because I'll tell you one thing right now, I did the vegan thing for about 5 years. And I had to start eating meat again because it actually made me physically ill. And if you think plants don't have a built-in protect mechanism that keeps their nutrients inside them and actually can poison you, that's another thing you better start researching, because plants do think as well, right? And they're protected. And a lot of these things like tomatoes, they're not good. All these nightshade plants and stuff like that, they're not good for us to consume. That tomato is actually can chew holes in your stomach wall. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, I just wanted to make another update on the one I just made, because I feel like I left a few things out, and that's probably because I'm getting mind control for all I know. I get brain fog sometimes, and I don't make videos for likes, shares, and subscribes. I don't give a fuck. Look at, you know what? I've been stuck at 970 subscribers on Tommy Rodgers 2 for about a fucking year now. I mean, it goes up 5 and then it comes down 5, and it's up and down, but I don't care. I got Tommy Rodgers 3, It's got about 280 subs now, and I got Tommy Rodgers again, which has got about 10 subs. The original Tommy Rodgers got smashed about 2 years ago when I started talking about my own personal experiences with my mother's death. I did a video in regards to how she died when I was 10 years old, and saying I got a grade 4 education, right? And then at the tail end of that video was talking about it being the 40th anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones, and they took my channel down, right? The thing is, I got a little bit more detailed on that, and I used a little bit more different words. So this is where, I mean, I'm already living in an atmospheric prison, right? You know, you need all your ID, you need everything. You got to pay for everything in this world, and then some. And then when you're all done, I was talking about my older brother having his home paid for 35, 40 years. His wife is a lawyer. She was working with doing the franchises with Tim Hortons up until recently. These two people have been working their whole life off to pay off their home, which they did early, and having to enjoy the rest of their life. But they're both working. My sister-in-law is working from home, right, because of this bullshit. And my brother's at the post office still at 68 years old, right? He's got a nice big home in Oakville, Ontario, with the big gazebo in the backyard, the kidney-shaped pool, the barn. He's got a big lot on his street. But the thing is, if he doesn't pay his property taxes, they'll kick him out, even though his home's been paid for. So you don't even own it. Same with your car. Register your car. As soon as you register your car, you're giving it to the Crown. The Crown gives it back to you covertly with the stipulations. Driver's license, insurance, make sure your stickers are all up to date, your catalytic convert, whatever. They give you all these reasons, and then if they want to, they can take your car just like that for no reason whatsoever. And you might go through a little bit of a court battle, but they never lose. They are above the law, and the law sucks. So I kind of like what Dallas has got to say from constitutionalconventions.ca, right? He's a good guy, but you got no sovereignty here, right? You got to take your sovereignty into yourself, right? And this is where your mindset comes into play. This is a fear-generated realm. Ever since I was a kid, it's been nothing but fear, fear, fear. First, we were going to be bombed by the Soviets in the early 1960s, because I'm a baby boomer. And so then next thing you know, you got the Vietnam War. I was born in the Indo-Chinese War. That was going on. And then the Vietnam War. And then it's just been wars after wars after wars after wars after wars. Here we are today. We got the Ukraine War. The same bankers doing the same thing. Right now, basically what they're doing with the Ukraine, in my eyes, they're killing off the Slavic people. Right? They're getting the Slavs to fight each other. Right? That's okay. Less than 8% of the world's population is white. And this gets into a really weird Carnegie plan, where they want to basically get rid of the white people. Anyway, it's a big thing. I'm not going to go there. What else do I want to talk about? I've been watching We Are Awake TV lately, and that's a pretty good channel. Kudos to Ian. And he's doing some good work. He was on it doing a thing yesterday on the TI stuff. And I got all kinds of papers and stuff on the TI stuff and information down here. Tony Pantalresco turned me on to this stuff about 10 years ago. I actually got his nano bucket and his triangle, anti-nano. And Brian 396, he's out there in BC. There's a few people out there that are involved with this, but these are really good people that I listen to. They're good researchers, and they don't do it for the almighty dollar. As far as protesting and all these people on YouTube and whatever, like, share, subscribe, make sure you donate, I got no time for it. All these big channels, fuck off. I really, all you're doing is taking all your information off the internet and just regurgitating bullshit. And you know, I really like what Scott Snyder's got to say. All these fucking guys are assholes, every single one of them, and I've been saying that for about at least 2 years now. I know I've been involved with these protests and stuff pretty deep, but I like going there because I was hooking up with people that were kind of on the same thinking page as me. And there's not very many, so this is where, I mean, I was enjoying some quality time with some good people. But we're so few and far between that it's hard to relate with. Anyway, I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I'm always out there filming this bullshit. I'm sure you're aware of that. This has got to do with the whole simulation aspect of what we're going through. And I don't do the cult followings, right? You know, I don't do, I remember it was about, oh, I'm not going to get into it. I don't do these cult followers, you know, these big channels with all these subscribers and all this bullshit. And I got a new, I'm not going to get involved with it. There's just so many bullshitters out there. It's beyond what you'd imagine. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I hope you're doing well. I don't make videos just to keep putting out videos. I mean, I could just be out there grappling for my next video, you know. But when I don't, I got to get the jam, the right mojo going inside me, because I'm not a scripted speaker. I talk to you the way I talk to anybody, right? I don't sit here, I don't have a format in front of me. I'm not reading a chart. I'm not like Max Egan, that scumball, right, with his GoPro walking around Mexico. He got a GoPro there, right? And he got a cue card in front of him. He's reading the cue card. He's walking along. And this guy's a fucking idiot from hell. I've known this guy for years. And the same with that Santos Bonacci. All these fucking guys, don't be following any of these guys. Follow yourself, all right? There's lots of information out there. There's probably 8 or 9 Jordan Maxwell videos just on his like 2 and 3 hour lectures up here. Whatever you want to do. Same with all these flat earthers. There's a whole shitload of them out there trying to make a quick buck on an easy thing. And I'm telling you right now, most of them are just basically taking this book right here. Fucking giant books. Most of them are taking all the information from this synthetic astronomy, okay, and they're using this as their format, okay, and they just fill in the holes. That's what they're doing. There's a shitload of people out there trying to make money. I'm not saying that it's not flat. I'm telling you right now, the people out there that are doing it are fucking doing it for a reason, and all of them. I don't give a shit who you fucking. You can go on with your fucking phone apps and all this kind of stuff. Alright? I don't even own a cell phone, and I don't want to be part of that system. Anyway, I don't know what to say anymore. Have a great day. I love you. And I don't mean to piss people off, because I don't do this for the likes, shares, and subscribes. I don't care if you fucking continue to follow my channel or not, because I don't do it for money. Okay? I am just here trying to be a real Joe. Right? And share what I know, without trying to expect something back on it, right? Anyway, I'm really digging Forever Conscience Research channel on YouTube and Odyssey, and I like what this group has got to say, because it gets down to the brass taxes in regards to, like, Mark's totally cool, and there's a bunch of good people there. I really like Karen Ann Pearson, right? Ann Pearson, POW, because we're in a prison. And to me, this is all about an escape plan. And what we are immortal beings stuck in the flesh, right? Oh, I had a video here before. Anyway, let me see if I can find a picture here. This is a great description of where we're at now, right? Oh, shit, I'm uploading the video and I got. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to show you what I really dig this picture, man. Hang on a second here. It's a really good description of where I'm coming from. This meat suit that I'm in is basically a nervous system with a brain. Right? Hang on a second here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm trying to get down to the brass tacks of why the hell I'm here, because like I said, my legs are smashed, fucking my back smashed, my fucking head smashed. See this? This is you. See what I'm saying? The nervous system, that is us. The rest of the body is an organic spacesuit worn by this creature to live on this particular rock revolving around this star, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's you. Anyway, not trying to be weird, right? But that's where I come from. Okay, guys. Hope you're doing good. God bless you. I love you. And take care.